Hi, this is Ingrid from Quiltessential Co, and we're on our last block of the year. So December is here, and we're going to sew together, and this is our beautiful block, and it will remind you kind of a star. I thought it was really pretty, and it would make a great quilt. So let's go and cut. So if you did your November block, you'll remember that you have an extra quarter square triangle block left over, and we're going to use that in our block here. So first we're going to cut A, 2 squares, B, 2 squares, C, some squares put into triangles, D and E you already have in your quarter square triangle from November. And then you've got your next one, F, cut on the diagonal, and then G just into squares. And now we're going to put it all together. So here's your DE that is left over from last month. We're just going to fold it, and you're going to put your pink line on of the ruler on your stitch and on this vertical line up here. So once you've done that, then just make sure I'm really accurate. I'm going to trim away quite a bit because I just made it for 2 months. So that's what I want to do right here. So now we've got this nicely trimmed, and I'm just going to cut these little bunny ear bits off while I'm here actually, so that they're not in the way. This isn't the most neat way of doing it, but it is certainly fast. So once I've done this, I am now going to be taking my triangles that are F, and I'm going to sew one on each side, each opposite side of my block. Yes, they will be sticking out quite a bit. If you're not quite sure where center is, you can fold it and kind of roughly put it in the middle. But honestly, as long as they're sticking out quite a bit on either side, it's all good. So I'm going to take this over to my sewing machine and zip down here and press, and then I'll meet you back. So we added the 2 opposites, and now we've pressed those and added these 2 here as well. You'll see that there's some messy bits at the back. You can trim those off with scissors or a rotary cutter. It's no big deal. They're just in the way, and some of it will get chopped off in a minute anyway. Now, once this has been pressed, we are now going to square this up. It's important to get the right size in here. There is plenty to cut off, so don't feel stressed that you're cutting too much off. So I'm actually putting my 2 3/4 inch mark right on the center line here, and my 2 3/4 inch mark right on the center here. And if I then cut side and top, if you're left-handed, you're going to be doing it on the other side. And then you're now going to be cutting that into a square, just like it tells you in the pattern, but you have 1/4 inch on each side of your quarter square triangle, so it's really nice to be sewn into the middle of the block. Now we can kind of put that to one side. Now we're going to go to the next step. With our YBlockRuler, we always have to mark our X at the back. We're going to mark 1 on A and 1 on the back of B. So it's important that you don't mark them all on A or all on B. 1A, 1B. Then you're going to place an A with a B, then place a B with an A, and so on those lines. And I will meet you back. So now we have our A and B, and they are done. And we have our B and A, and they are done. So you will see that they're going in the opposite directions, which is what you need. So when you add your C onto here and then trim them up, you are going to get them both like this, and they'll be going in opposite directions because this is our A and here are our meeting B's with the C. When you sew this together, you're going to be sewing it with your G And here's the center you've already made, and then those ABCs that you have made from these two. So it goes together really quite fast. Sew the rows together the way I've told you, press the way I've told you, and there it is, a very pretty block. So thanks for sewing with me today, and I will be designing a whole bunch of things for you to finish up your Block of the Month project with. I usually do about 15 or 16 designs, and they'll be all ready in February with the finishing blocks fabrics. So don't forget, we haven't finished quite yet, but we have finished doing our blocks, and that gives you some time to get it all together. And if you want to, you can watch our next sneak peek video into the Goddess Year. That's what we're going to be doing this time for our new Block of the Month. So check that video out and see if you want to try that too. And if you found this video useful, please leave us a like and click subscribe for future content. And this has been Ingrid from Quiltessential Co. And thanks for sewing with me today, and we'll see you soon.